Imagine a car so powerful that it changed the rules of racing, or even the law itself. Today, we're exploring 5 muscle cars that were so outrageously fast or innovative, they were banned from competition or stifled by regulations. These cars weren't just vehicles. They were legends that pushed engineering, speed, and design to their limits. We're going deep into the stories of these machines, their origins, the controversies they stirred, and what ultimately led to their demise on the streets or racetrack. Make sure to subscribe to Titan X, your ultimate destination for muscle car insights, history, and entertainment. Now, let's dive into the 5 muscle cars that changed the game forever. The Dodge Charger Daytona was more than just a car. It was a revolution in automotive engineering and aerodynamics. It was specifically designed for one purpose: to dominate NASCAR. By the late 1960s, Dodge was struggling to compete with Ford on the racetrack. The solution? Create a car so advanced, it would leave competitors in the dust. Enter the Charger Daytona. The Daytona was the first American car to truly focus on aerodynamics. Engineers gave it a pointed nose cone that reduced drag, and a massive rear wing that provided stability at high speeds. This wasn't just for show. These features were fine-tuned through extensive wind tunnel testing. As a result, the Daytona could hit speeds exceeding 200 miles per hour, a first for NASCAR vehicles. Under the hood, the Daytona packed a 426 HEMI V8 engine, producing a staggering 425 horsepower. Paired with a heavy-duty suspension and specialized tires, this car wasn't just fast, it was built to handle the rigors of high-speed racing. On the track, it was unbeatable, setting records that would stand for years. The Daytona's dominance became its downfall. NASCAR competitors complained that it gave Dodge an unfair advantage, leading to the introduction of new rules in 1971. These rules capped engine displacement at 305 cubic inches and limited aerodynamic modifications, effectively banning the Daytona from competition. Today, it's a collector's dream, with pristine models selling for millions. In 1970, Buddy Baker drove a Charger Daytona to become the first NASCAR driver to exceed 200 miles per hour during a sanctioned race. This milestone cemented the Daytona's place in history. The Plymouth Superbird was the Charger Daytona's sibling, designed to take things a step further. While the Daytona had already proven its worth, Plymouth wanted to up the ante and bring NASCAR legend Richard Petty back to their team. Thus, the Superbird was born, a car that combined outrageous aerodynamics with raw power. The Superbird's design was even more extreme than the Daytona's. It featured a longer, more pointed nose cone and a towering rear wing that was often ridiculed, but served a critical purpose. Engineers carefully calibrated the wing's height to ensure maximum downforce at high speeds. The result? A car that could slice through the air like no other. Buyers could choose between 3 engine options: the 426 HEMI V8, the 440 Super Commando, or the 446 barrel. The HEMI version, in particular, was a beast, producing 425 horsepower and propelling the Superbird to speeds over 150 miles per hour. On the NASCAR circuit, it was a force to be reckoned with. Like the Daytona, the Superbird was too dominant for NASCAR's liking. The 1971 rule changes meant that cars like the Superbird could no longer compete effectively. Additionally, Plymouth faced challenges selling the required number of street-legal versions to meet homologation rules. What was once a hard sell has now become a prized collector's item, with values skyrocketing in recent years. Richard Petty's return to Plymouth with the Superbird helped cement its legacy, as he won 8 races in the 1970 NASCAR season, driving this iconic car. The Buick GNX was a wolf in sheep's clothing, a sleek black coupe that looked understated but packed a turbocharged punch. Buick introduced the GNX as a limited edition, high-performance version of the Grand National, and it quickly became a legend in its own right. At the heart of the GNX was a 3.8-liter turbocharged V6 engine. while Buick officially rated it at 276 horsepower. Real-world tests often revealed output closer to 300 horsepower. This engine, combined with an upgraded suspension and transmission, allowed the GNX to accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 4.6 seconds, making it one of the fastest cars of its time. Although the GNX wasn't banned outright, its immense performance drew the ire of insurance companies and regulators. Premiums for owners skyrocketed, and the car's reputation as a street racing favorite didn't help its case. Buick ended the Grand National line after 1987, making the GNX a one-year-only phenomenon. The GNX earned the nickname the Darth Vader car for its menacing appearance and incredible speed. Today, it's a highly sought-after collector's car, with pristine examples commanding six-figure prices. Its story is a testament to what turbocharged performance could achieve in an era dominated by emissions restrictions. Buick only produced 547 units of the GNX, making it one of the rarest and most collectible cars of the 1980s. Each car came with a numbered plaque, further emphasizing its exclusivity. Enjoying these deep dives into legendary muscle cars? Don't forget to subscribe to Titan X and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. And if you're loving the content, give us a thumbs up and let us know your favorite muscle car story in the comments below. The 1971 Ford Mustang Boss 351 was one of the last true high-performance Mustangs of the muscle car era. It came at a time when emissions regulations and insurance premiums were beginning to take their toll on high-powered vehicles. But despite these challenges, Ford delivered a car that balanced raw power and sophisticated engineering. The Boss 351's power and performance clashed with the increasingly strict emissions and safety regulations of the early 1970s. Its high-compression engine and raw horsepower became a target as the U.S. government pushed automakers to reduce vehicle emissions and improve fuel efficiency. While it wasn't banned outright by a governing body, the regulatory environment forced Ford to discontinue the Boss 351 after just 1 year of production. It became another casualty of the tightening noose around high-performance muscle cars. The Boss 351 was equipped with a 351 cubic inch Cleveland 5.8 engine, producing 330 horsepower. What set this engine apart was its high-revving nature, supported by a solid lifter camshaft and a high compression ratio. Paired with a close-ratio 4-speed manual transmission, the Boss 351 could achieve 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 5.8 seconds. A remarkable feat for its time. But Ford didn't stop at the engine. The Boss 351 came with a competition suspension, including front and rear sway bars and staggered rear shocks. These features made it a capable performer on twisty roads and racetracks alike. The aggressive styling, complete with unique decals and a functional hood scoop, further cemented its status as a performance icon. Despite its brief production run, the Boss 351 remains a favorite among Mustang enthusiasts, with many considering it the most balanced performance car of the early 70s. The second-generation Chevrolet Camaro Z28 marked a turning point for muscle cars. With its sleek European-inspired design and a focus on handling, the Z28 stood out as a sophisticated yet powerful machine. However, by 1973, the muscle car era was already under siege from government regulations and external pressures. The Z28 wasn't explicitly banned, but its downfall was tied directly to the 1970 Clean Air Act and new safety standards. These regulations made it nearly impossible for automakers to produce the high-compression, high-horsepower engines that defined the muscle car era. The Z28 suffered from reduced power and increased weight due to federally mandated safety equipment. Although it remained in production, it was a shadow of its former self and symbolized the decline of the unrestricted muscle car. The 1973 Z28 featured a 350 cubic inch V8 engine rated at 245 horsepower. While this was a step down from earlier years, the Z28 made up for it with an advanced suspension system and improved weight distribution. It was a car designed for enthusiasts who valued cornering ability as much as straight-line speed. The 1973 Camaro Z28 remains a beloved classic for its combination of style and performance. It represents the resilience of the muscle car spirit during a time of significant change in the automotive industry. The 1973 Z28 was one of the last Camaros to feature chrome bumpers, a design element that was phased out in favor of integrated bumpers in later models. And there you have it, 5 legendary muscle cars so powerful and innovative that they pushed the boundaries of what was possible, only to face bans or restrictions due to their dominance or changing regulations. Which of these cars would you love to take for a spin? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Titan X for more thrilling muscle car content. Thanks for watching,